Hi guys, welcome to Sim UK. This is Train Station Simulator. Now I've had this game for a little while and I've looked at it a number of times, but it's taken me an awfully long time to wrap my head around this one. Now, you might think that odd because it doesn't look that complex or that detailed or that good, perhaps. And it's a really tricky one. I don't know whether I like this or hate this or what, but I promised I'd do a review on it, so I am doing a review on it. It's early access. The general consensus is pretty good. Most people seem to like this game quite a lot. I'm not sure I fall into that category. I don't hate it, but I think it's a lot of money for what you get. And there's a lot of things that I really don't like about it. The biggest issue I have with this game is the lack of tutorial. Let's start a new game. Campaign mode. Developer station in 30 days from 2010 with $100,000. This is difficult. Right. Okay, so Philip Caron or something has got 214 points on this. So that's the best score in the world so far. Right, let me tell you what I do and don't know about this game. Down here we've got this, this is the leaderboard. So only 5 people have played this, so I'm going to be in the top 10 whatever happens. But let's just pause this a second because time is money and so on and so forth. So these are your star ratings and this is your overall budget, and you'll see it works. So this is today's money, then it will move over here and then it'll be on this one, this one, this one, and that's how it works. Okay, so the new day is always here and you can just look at that if you want to. Now, we have size. Obviously, this is the maximum size you have. You can't be any bigger than this, as far as I can tell. You know, maybe in the future this is coming, but so far, that's everything. Platform, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that relates to. Is it the quality of the platform? Because this bit here is the platform. So is the platform good or bad, or I don't understand. Information. Now, this is my biggest bugbear with this game. I have spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds on information points and flipboards and information desks and God knows what. And I've only ever got 2 stars. So I have no idea what the hell's going on with the information board. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Comfort is obviously how comfortable it is. Clean is obviously how clean it is. And transit is how good a service are you running. Now, this is the bit that took me the longest to wrap my head around. If we go to the timetable here, you can see that we've got these different kind of train types. You can see there, this is like a double-decker, I think, this one. That looks like an electric one. And you can see that they each have different types. In fact, that might be electric. What's this one? Monorail? Magnetic? Something. I can't remember. There's quite a few types. But, and this is like the old style, this is what we have at the moment. We just have the one track. You can see here it's the really old style track. So it's always handy to have that in place. So basically, you need to have a track available. You can see this arrives at 5:30 and leaves at 7 a.m. So if you've got another train of the same type that overlaps, I can't find one right now, but you'd need to have 2 tracks in order to cope with that. So I think that makes sense, okay? This changes all the time, so sometimes you're going to be able to have more trains coming in, sometimes you'll have less. That's kind of the aim of the game. It's not very well explained. That's my biggest problem here, is it took me ages to sort of figure this out. Once I did figure it out, it's like, okay, I get it now, I understand. That's quite clever, it works quite well, but I think it's really, I just think it's really badly put together. I don't know. I'm really torn with this. I am totally torn. Anyway, this is the number of carriages it will have. Now, this is another thing that I kind of find a bit irritating about this game. You can see here, if I zoom in, you've got these little yellow markers that indicate how many carriages you'll have coming here, there, and everywhere. So 5 is the maximum. You never get more than 5. Now, I don't know if that's going to be developed so that you do have more in the future, but certainly for now, 5 is the maximum. So whilst this railway line stops all the way down there, it would be so much better if it stops up here. So you had all this area to work with. So, yeah, I mean, I have a few issues with that. But anyway, let's look here. So we've got, this is a standard buffer stop. This is a standard train rail. That's what you can see here. This is like, you know, the kind of railway lines that were built in the 60s, that kind of standard. Then it moves to advanced rails. That's probably modern day stuff. Then we have electric train rails. Again, modern day stuff. Then we get a bit more futuristic. We're into magnetic rails and light H train rails. I'm not entirely sure what light H is. But anyway, it's not really relevant. They get progressively more expensive. As you can see, 4,000 a square, 3,000 a square, all the way up to 15,000 a square. So it gets pretty expensive pretty quickly. Now, I'm going to try and do something here. I'm going to guess... What am I going to do? I'm going to guess... I'm going to guess how or where I want to break this line. I don't really know where I want to break it. And again, see... oh yeah, this is another thing. So trains come in, you can see this is track 1, obviously. Track 2 is here, comes through this fence. And I spent a lot of money building railway track all the way to get it up to here. And until I realised, after playing for quite a while, that actually I don't need it to be all the way up there. I need it to be about here because of the reason I just explained. So let me just try this. Let's go to build. Demolish. Let's say round about there. Okay. And then we'll put a standard buffer stop. Boom. Now, have I got that right or have I got that wrong? I've got that slightly wrong. Well, that's just cost me a lot of money, isn't it? Another thing that irritates me are these trees. You have to delete them manually. You can't lay a track and they'll disappear. And sometimes, like that, when you click on them, they don't go. There we go. Finally went. It's got a few bugs, this game. It really does. Right. Let's try. Let's try there. See if that's any better. So we're spending a lot of money trying to work this out, but it will be cost effective in the end. Okay. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. So what we can do now is just delete or demolish all of that. Boom. Gone. Now, you don't get any money back for this, which is a bit irritating as well. Can you just do that with the trees? Oh, you can. Oh, wow. There's something I found. It doesn't cost you any money to do this. I mean, they're just in the way. You're never going to leave them there because effectively what you're building is an indoor train station. So what is the point of having them? Just to annoy me, I guess. All right. How much money do we have left? 67,000, which is not a lot. Now, you've got this other thing here. Train platform tile. I don't know if it's 1 of 1 or 11 or what the hell it's called. 12. Yeah. You can see the durability. 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5. The price difference isn't really anything, is it? 3 of 5. So that's got better durability than 20. But they cost exactly the same amount. Weird. Okay, so we're going to go for the cheapest one. Because there's just no point in spending all that extra cash, in my humble opinion. Another thing I've discovered is that, seems to me at least, people only queue on this side. So there's no point putting platform on that side, as far as I can tell, because nobody ever stands that side of the train. They only ever get on or off this side. Which begs the question that when you click on one of these, it defaults to being that side. Which makes no sense. Now, I do admit I'm quite anal. I'm a software developer and analyst. So I am pretty analytical when it comes to things like this. But stuff like that just really gets on my nerves. Really gets on my nerves. Anyway, that is done. Now, everybody's going to need to get from the road to the station. So we're going to just pop a path there because it's cheap to do so. Right, timetable. We've only got one track, so that's where that train is coming in. And that's the only train that is looking for that kind of track. So we're going to be pretty limited to start. That's why this is in hard mode. Yes. Now, there are some things we're going to need. I don't really know how this works without these things, but we're going to have to do something here. So we need a ticket machine. A modern ticket machine. That looks pretty good. 49,000 still in the bank. Let's just put another strip down here. Modern ticket machine. Okay. Boom. 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 3. 3 should do it. What we'll do is we'll pop a couple of vending machines in there. Try and recoup some money at the same time. And then we'll put an information board there. And a bin. So that seems pretty standard, reasonable stuff. I hope you agree. I don't think we need anything else. Maybe some benches, waiting seat. Comfort +1. I mean, there's no real difference between the two, except for the extra $100 that you have to pay if you want the other one. So we'll skip that. Now, I don't know how close you can put these things together, but I'm going to space them out. Right. So there we go. That's the starting point. That's where we're going to go from. Now you can take out bank loans, and as far as I can tell, you know, if you want it, you just take it. You don't have to qualify for it or be good enough or unlock it or anything like that. So I mean, we could take out a bank loan and set up a second rail straight away if that's what we wanted to do, but I'm going to try and do it properly. Let's get super fast. I'll just slow it down a second actually so I can click on one of these guys. This is the general status. You can see he's a little bit hungry, he's a little bit thirsty. He does need the toilet, and toilets are expensive, so that's why we don't have one at the moment. Tiredness, basically if he needs to sit down or not, and then you got the overall mood. So depending on how good these things are, depends on how good this is. Now it's not clear whether this being down here is good or this being up here is good. Can't really tell the difference. And there just doesn't seem to be any sort of tutorial at all. You can see this lady desperately needs the toilet. She seems to have a huge bottom. I don't know if that's intentional. Is he carrying a bag or something? I don't know. Right, okay, so here we go. This is our general status. So comfort is +2, platform is 1, nice and clean, so that's good. Now you do have some staff here. He's a cleaner, he's a copper, this is a medical personnel, this is a construction worker, this is the guy who goes around and fixes everything when it's broken. So we're going to grab one of these and we'll start him at, well, I want him to finish at 7, so we'll start him at midday. We'll get a cleaner in as well. And there's no point in having a cleaner in the morning. You definitely want to have a cleaner later in the day. Say about 3 till 11, that should do it.
Attention please, this is a safety announcement. If you see any
I know what I haven't put in. Any bins. I have a thing for bins. Oh, I did put one bin in. Just one. Maybe not enough, but it'll do for now, I suppose. Right, now you've got this weird thing over here as well, which I only spotted after like 5 hours of playing. And it's like a little mini game, but it's incredibly pointless and really boring. Other than the fact that it earns you $5,000 every time. Is it 5? Yeah, $5,000 every time you click on it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30,000. 30,000. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo. But in these early days, I suppose that is quite an important thing to have that kind of cash. Now you can see we've got an information board up there, but absolutely zero on information, which I don't know if it's broken or what, but I couldn't get past 2 stars on information, so And this is kind of the game. Now there's a certain number of people that you can have coming into your
Attention,
station,
please.
like a
Smoking
maximum.
is not allowed at any
Noticed a
time.
little
Thank
sneaky
you.
little tree here. A maximum number of people that can come into your station, and how you get people into your station is via city transit. How much is this? 25,000 for a flipping bicycle parking thing. So basically, this will bring in 5 to 10 people an hour. This one will bring in 10 to 20 people an hour. This will bring 10 to 20, 10 to 20, 10 to 20, 10 to 20, 10 to 20. And then you set up these... once you've got bus stops in, you'll set all this up. And it just... You know, once you've unlocked that and installed them, then that's when you get to the maximum number of people, and that's it. It's really very, very basic indeed. Which is a bit concerning, I feel. Right, have I finished that mini game? One left, there we go. And then another one will turn up there. So that's all that happens down there. That's the only thing that happens. So, what should we do? Let's... I don't think it's all that cost effective to do much.
Attention, please. This is a safety announcement.
Sort of building
if you
here.
See any suspicious activity or unattended luggage, notify a station personnel. Thank you.
What I might do actually is just start installing some information points. Is this the only information point thing we have? Well, there's this as well, the central clock, which again irritatingly goes to the corners rather than being in the middle of the square. So that bugs me. And you can't put 2 there, so yeah. I just find the game to be a bit weird. At best. I mean, it's old-fashioned. It's it's dated graphics. There's nothing really, I mean, other than the fact that it's a unique idea to be a train station manager, there really isn't that much USP for me. But everybody else seems to like it, and I always feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what it is that I'm missing.
Please. Smoking is not allowed at any time. Thank you.
I don't know what the benefit of buying this ticket machine over this one is. Nothing by the looks of things. Yeah, so I was going to stick some information boards, wasn't I? ATM change. Stick that over there. So that people have facilities that they can access and so on. Pizza. I don't know if those things actually exist, like pizza places. Pizza vending machines. Get a coffee stand, I guess. Whack some plants there. Break it up a bit. Some more bins. Right, so here's our one train with its 2 carriages. Not very exciting. It certainly isn't going to make us a lot of money today, which is quite a big concern. So yes, how expensive are these?
Please. This is a safety announcement.
3,000. So it's going to cost us about 30,000 to get a second
station personnel.
train line in. I think we're going to have to go advanced because there just aren't any. See, that's 116,000, and we just don't have that much. We don't have 116,000 to do that. But I suppose we can take a bank loan, can't we? Let's just do it. Why not? Let's get it done. We'll delete that one that I built by accident.
Attention please.
Advance.
The passenger terminal will be closing in 30 minutes. The terminal will reopen at
Okay, so we're
5
coming to the end of the first day,
Thank
and
you.
I'll show you the next annoying feature. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, it has done it. I thought it wasn't going to let me build that then for a second. So let's pause the game and go to the timetable. Now you can see, has it changed yet, or have I done that too early? Is it midnight? Yeah, it's gone midnight. Okay, so there is like every sort of few days, I don't know how many it is, might even be once a week, this changes, which means you have to reset up your... Oh look, we have one extra train that we can take, and that's this one. Why can't I take this one? See, this is what frustrates me. Oh, hang on, it's the type of... Oh yeah, it's the type of rail's wrong. Okay, that's why. That's why. Right, so we need to put down another platform. Again, it's the wrong way round, so you just have to change that. Boop. Now, I think if you don't have this, people can't get on the train. So you do. It is important that you do this part. Nespar. Okay, so should we go all the way to the end? We've got the cash. Why not? Why not? He said. Now, why won't that one build? Look at this. Look, there's a few little bugs like this that I just don't. It looks like there was something there, but I don't know what. I couldn't see it. Whatever it was flipping invisible. Okay, so we've got an upgraded line there. I doubt we've got enough to go to the next level up, the electric. Have a look, see if we've got enough cash for that. Oh, we do. Goodness me. All right, well, we'll jump ahead super quick there. Place. Oh, I've got to build a control room in order to enable more than 2 tracks. I forgot about that. Right. Facilities. Where's the control room? That's food station. Control room. That's 350,000. We haven't got enough for that. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? But if we borrow some dollar, we can build it straight away. Control room. There we go. Now, you have to build it on a developed bit of platform. So, yeah. Just trying to think where I should put it. There's a good place to put this. Probably up here somewhere. Yeah, let's put it up there. All right. So we've actually made quite a bit of progress. Again, the camera won't go any further left, so now the menu's in my way. If I close the menu, I can't put the thing down. Hasn't been thought out enough, this game, in my opinion. Right, what are we doing? Control room. I'll just rotate that. Assume they can get in there. Boom. Right, we have a control room, which means I can now finally put this down here. What's going on? It's telling me I need to build a control room before I can put down any more tracks, but I'm pretty sure we have one. So what's your problem? Facilities, control room, no. Electric T buffer. Cool. Right, we got there in the end. 20,000 left in the kitty, which is not going to be enough, so we have to take out yet another loan. And boom, boom. Again, it's going to be facing the wrong way, so I'll just spin that round real quick. And then we'll create our platform and get the cheapest flooring and just finish that off there like that. So there we go. We've made quite a bit of progress, I have to say, even in that small amount of time. So I'm going to speed up time. And I don't think I can adjust the timetable, or I can. Let's pause that before it goes to 5 AM. Time being down here. And let's add in some trains. Oh, good. So this is the one that has allowed us a lot more trains coming in. So that's good. We've got 200,000 in the kitty. So let's start by putting a taxi stand in over here. That's 20,000, 30, 50, 30, 40, 25. Let's put the bicycle stand there. That's going to bring in more passengers. And I think we'll do this one as well. There we go. So what is this one? This is commuter bus station. So we can just have this turning up 30 minutes or just whatever. Now, you can only have one bus at one time. So when we've unlocked the CityLink and the national bus stops, we can't have 555. We can only have one. Even though they each have their own stop, you can't have 5, 5 and 5. In fact, I think we've got enough money to put all of them down. So we might as well do that. That's going to hugely boost the number of people coming in. So you see I can't click on any of these, right? So what I tend to do, or what I do, I say tend to do, like I've developed it over time or whatever. What I do is I just split it like this, and that seems to work. There doesn't seem to be any any need to put any effort or time or thought into that. You just split it up nicely, and away you go. Right, now you can see that this track here. No, it's the wrong track type, isn't it? That's why. So we are going to have to build some more tracks at some point. Ah, goodness me. Right, so the platform has improved quite a bit. Information, we had 1 star, now we have 0. So let's go back to the information thingies, which are these. And let's whack one at the end of each line. Let's get rid of that information thing. Well, we will have one, but we'll just move it aside like that. Now, I'm pretty sure people can walk past that. I don't think it's going to get in the way. Has that helped our information? No, still 0 stars, so I don't understand. I don't understand how information works at all. Now, how long have I been doing this video? Are you kidding me? Has that been 27 minutes already? Wow. Okay. Goodness me. I'm going to have to chop this video up a little bit, I think. Although I don't know if I can, because I've been chatting quite a lot. Now, I've got to say, the trains coming in, the audio of the trains coming in, the animations of the trains coming in, it's all pretty good, actually. I don't dislike it in any way. So there's that. You know, it's not terrible. Now, what have we got here in terms of... We're going to have to get some bins in, aren't we? Is it seriously, this is the only bin I have available to me? Not good, people. Not good. You're making an absolute flipping mess. They've got like these public mailboxes and a whole bunch of weird stuff like this. I mean, maybe you have mailboxes at train stations in America. I don't think I've ever seen one in Britain, so I'm not sure what that's all about.
This is a safety announcement. If you see any suspicious activity or unattended luggage, notify the station personnel. Thank you.
Attention, please. The passenger terminal will be closing in 30 minutes. The terminal will reopen at 5 a.m.
Now you can see we're already quite a bit busier than we were when we first started. So things have improved. I'll just take a quick look at the profit loss sheet and we can see that we made an epic $300. Oh no, that's today. That's because we've just gone past midnight. So we made $26,000 in total yesterday, which is vastly improved over the day before. And we have to pay a bank loan of $25,000. So we're making a profit of just $1,000 a day at the moment. But things should improve because we do have quite a lot of trains coming in now that we didn't before. Hopefully we'll have more passengers coming in on a daily basis because we've built all these taxi ranks and bus stops and so on and so forth. There's nothing much to do with the timetable, nothing's changed, so we can just leave it as it is. We do need to upgrade. Okay, so if we had a second one of these lines, whatever that type of line is, then we could take on this national train as well. But because the times overlap, we can only grab one of them. So probably the next most logical purchase would be to add a second rail like this one. I think that makes sense to do that. And that will get us a bit more cash coming in. Now we still don't have any toilets. I completely forgot about that, to be fair. Let's see how much a small toilet is. $70,000. Right. That's not good. But if we take a loan for $100,000, then we can afford it. So let's do that. I'm going to have to put some flooring down in order to accommodate that. Awkward size and shape, isn't it? Let's bang it there. I think that'll do. Immediately people are going in there at like a high rate of knots. So, okay, and this is pretty much it. This is the whole game. I mean, you can see how disgusting and filthy it is. And I'm not sure why that is, to be honest, because we do have a cleaner. Let's get another one in from 5 AM to 3 PM. Maybe that will improve things a tad. As long as we start the day nice and clean, I think we'll be okay. Now this over here, this is an interesting feature. This is a vandal. And he's just kicking the living daylights out of that machine for the sake of doing it. Horrible little oik. You can employ a police officer, as I showed you earlier. Let's grab him in. 12-hour shift. And we'll get a medical professional in as well. They all have the same salary, incidentally. And their productivity and mood, I guess, fluctuates or something. Yeah. So this is weird. Cargo manager handling cargo trains. So if I click hire, I wonder if he okay, so I'm going to pay him 600 a day. I wonder if he manages this for me, so I don't have to keep doing it. Which will basically, yeah, it looks like he might. Yeah. Okay, so he's actually doing that job. There we go. Okay, so I've learned something new there. You can hire this guy and sort of place his hours so that he's covering that job all day long, so you don't have to do it. Let's have a look-see here. Our information, we've got 1 star. That's really good. I don't usually have any stars, so yeah, we're doing okay. Good for cleanliness, comfort is good, transit is good, so I think we're doing okay. How many days left do we have to 27 days left to complete. What's the highest score? 214. 71 is the lowest score, so 71 being the lowest score, we're about halfway there, so we're going to definitely not be last anyway. So, right, what else can I tell you about this flipping game? To be honest, I think that's pretty much it. It's all there is now is expanding the railway lines and building it. Why is there more gap between that one and these two? There's a big gap between that one as well. That's interesting. Don't know why that is. So, yes, that's pretty much the game, really, all in all. There's not much else to say, there's not much else to teach. I've given you all the basics, and the rest of the game is just based around those basic skills. And it's not really that involved.
Attention, please. The passenger terminal
Why can't I put that down there?
in 30 minutes. The terminal will reopen at 5 a.m. Thank you.
Okay. So our station's looking pretty good, I've got to say. I mean, it's not the worst game in the world. If you're looking at this and thinking, hey, quite like that, then, you know, go ahead and buy it. It's like 10 to £15. I think it's on sale at the moment for £10. Let's just pause time here. Also, when you pause time, all this stuff pops up. What does that mean? 100%. 100% of what? 100% use? 100% broken? What? I don't know what it means. It's just, there's not enough information, really. Maybe I'd enjoy this game a lot more if I actually understood what the flipping hell I was meant to be doing. Track 2 is a bit of a wipeout, isn't it? Not a single train going on there. So let me show you another thing that you can do whilst that it seems relevant. So you can see we got our 3 different rail types here. Now, nobody wants to do anything on this, and we could do with 2 of these. So what you can do is track update. Now you bring it here, and that's standard rails. Now we don't want standard rails, so you press R, and it'll bring up. There we go. So for 254,000, we can upgrade it to the electric train rails, which is what we have here, and that's basically how you do that. But that really, genuinely, is, I think, absolutely everything that I can show you. That is the game in its entirety, and it's just literally now about managing the expansion, and it's quite limited what you can do. There are some things that come down here. Let me just show you. He's gone home, isn't he? Or he's not started work yet, so I'm just gonna gain a few extra $1,000 just by clicking on this whilst I'm chatting to you.
Please.
But
Smoking is not allowed at
if you go to
any
City
time.
Transit, you
Thank
can see you've got the underground connection. If you pick on that, you can see that the angle is different. And it took me a little while. I was trying to put it up here along with these things. And I was thinking, why is this one a different shape and angle? I couldn't work it out. And that's because I hadn't come far enough this way. And basically, you just build some things down this way, like VIP parking has to go down here as well. It's an interesting game, but I don't mean that in the sort of best way, if that makes sense. Where's our repair dude? So he doesn't start until noon, so I'm going to have this guy come in at 5 and finish at 3 because, you know, some stuff here needs fixing. Very annoying. So yeah, guys, that is it. That's like a 38-minute review. I was going to do a 20-minute review, but yeah, it gets pretty intense. Maybe I might just play this and sort of add on the end so that you can see this once I've fully expanded it and see what my score is, see if I'm the best player in the world or not. So yeah, until then, in about 1 second, I'll show you how good I can do. Well, just one small thing that I just discovered that I never knew existed before. That vandal's kicked this machine to bits so badly that he's destroyed the whole thing.
Thank you.
So yeah, I didn't know that could happen. That's the first time I've seen that. It's probably happened to me before, I just never realised. So yeah, I guess we'll have to get rid of that one and replace it. What an awkward little sod. So yeah, just another little bug that I just stumbled across there. I was trying to build a platform for this next line that I'm trying to build in, platform track number 4, and I didn't have it in the right place where I wanted it, so I expanded it out so that I couldn't afford it, in the hope that that would cancel the whole thing and it wouldn't cost me any money. But what happened is I've built all of this area is now built with track, but what's cool is, I guess technically, is it didn't cost me any money. So I got all that for free, which is interesting. So I'm gonna cut out the bits that I don't want and keep the bits that I do, and that's going to save me an absolute fortune. But yeah, just there's a few little bugs like this. It is early access, so you know, I'm not condemning it because of anything like that. It's just I haven't seen that before. Just a new little bug to highlight. That's all. So yeah, another interesting thing's just happened. Obviously stuff gets tracked. I think up here we've got an incident. Look at this. Passengers are coming in, just instantly dying. We've had 200 emergencies today and counting. There is our emergency doctor, on-call doctor, just doing everything she can, but my goodness me, how could she possibly manage to keep them all alive? She just literally cannot. So yeah, we're going to have to bring in a second one in today because we're going to lose a lot of money over this. Because every time somebody dies, that's a negative thing for you. And clearly this is a bug because they're just dropping dead the second that they get to the station. 301 today. That's not good. That is really going to negatively affect our income for the day. Oh my goodness me. And where is our medical personnel? She seems to have disappeared now. She's on duty, but she's not doing very much. Goodness me. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Yeah, that really screwed us over, that did, because we made no money at all. In fact, we made 8,350 in total because there were how many emergencies? 341 emergencies yesterday, and obviously she couldn't save them all. So yes, a bit of a nightmare day. That really hasn't helped things at all. How annoying.
Attention, please.
Oh dear, it looks like we're having a consistent issue here. I'm going to... What am I going to do? Well, I'm not going to get the best score, unfortunately. I'm going to remove that in the hope that that's what's causing the problem. I don't think that is what's causing the problem, but yeah, so for the last 2 days in a row, we've had 261 and 341 emergencies, which means that we make no money. We made $9 yesterday and 0 the day before that, whereas we were making 172,000 a day. That dropped to 8,350 and 12,550 because of these emergencies that are very, very annoying indeed. And it's from here, it's this lady here who's going to start... Oh no, well, she didn't have an emergency cardiac arrest there. Look at that weird bottom. Anyway, where's our copper? Dude, do your job. Come on, mate.
Attention, please.
Take your time.
It's not allowed.
Yeah, so it looks like this is a continuous bug. We've had 40 emergencies, 50 emergencies today. There's nothing we can do. It is absolutely destroyed. I can't build anything. I can't do anything. So that's my game over. Let's have a look. See how many days are left. There's only 8 days left. I've got 147. You know, we could have easily taken top spot with 8 days left. Looks like we're going to end up second, but it could have been so much better if this bug wasn't just completely destroying the game now. I can't even see where they're getting injured, to be fair. No, it was one of these, wasn't it? Just get rid of that broken one. I can't replace it. Oh, there, it's the same thing. Look, they're just dropping dead from that point. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. I could possibly try reloading from the save point, but for the purposes of this review, I'd say that was pretty much it. So we'll just see what the final score is, because this is going to happen every day, and there's nothing I can do to stop it, which is a bit frustrating, but there you go. Yeah, so it's a recurring bug. There's nothing you can do. Past day 21, it's just constant emergency overload.
Terminal will be closing in
a real
30
shame.
minutes. The terminal will reopen at 5 a.m. Thank you.
That's the game totally screwed. But yeah, early access games, that's kind of what happens with them, I guess. There's nothing I can do to fix that. We can't get any money, I can't take any loans, so we are done and done and done, which is a shame. But that concludes my review, guys. It's... I love the idea of the game. It's brilliant. The graphics I struggle with.
Attention, please.
I think they could and should be better. But yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. If you've watched this review and you found it interesting, then probably it's worth a buy for you. It does seem to be getting developed quite consistently. Updates and new features are coming on a sort of regular basis. So yeah, I mean, there's that. There is that, I suppose. But obviously there are some bugs and some issues and so on and so forth. But that's it. Make up your own mind on this one, guys. I really can't decide. I think what I have to say is, if I can't decide, it's probably not recommended, and that's what I'll go with. But it's got something. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Anyway, guys, I hope this is helpful, informative, or whatever for you. Until next time, take care. Bye.